In a move that has sent shockwaves through South Africa's political establishment, opposition parties have done the unthinkable. They've set aside years of rivalry to launch a joint campaign demanding the impeachment of President Cyril Ramaphosa. The extraordinary coalition, formed under the rallying cry, "The system is broken," signals what many are calling the most dramatic challenge to Ramaphosa's presidency since he took office. The alliance, comprising the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, the Democratic Alliance, DA, the Inkatha Freedom Party, IFP, the United Democratic Movement, UDM, and several smaller opposition groups, announced their collective stance in a fiery press briefing held at the Union Buildings in Pretoria. The message was clear: the president has failed the nation, and the time for polite politics is over. EFF leader Julius Malema, never one to mince words, led the charge. "We cannot continue pretending that things are normal when the system itself is broken. Under Ramaphosa, corruption has not only continued, it's evolved. Accountability has vanished. The poor are suffering while those in power enrich themselves. We are united not for political gain, but for justice." His words drew thunderous applause from supporters and stunned silence from those unaccustomed to seeing former political enemies standing side by side. For many, the alliance is a political earthquake. The DA's John Steenhuisen echoed Malema's frustration, describing the move as a necessary correction for a democracy in crisis. He declared that Parliament must no longer serve as a shield for presidential wrongdoing, accusing the ANC majority of obstructing investigations and silencing dissenting voices. "This is not about ideology or political colors," Steenhuisen said. "This is about integrity. South Africa's moral compass has been hijacked, and we intend to reclaim it." The opposition's joint statement lists a range of grievances, from the Fela scandal and growing unemployment to allegations of executive interference in state institutions and ongoing load shedding that continues to cripple the economy. They claim these issues collectively demonstrate a pattern of failed leadership and constitutional neglect. According to insiders, discussions about forming a united impeachment front have been ongoing for weeks, driven by growing frustration within Parliament. Even some ANC backbenchers are reportedly uneasy, privately expressing concerns over the party's credibility as elections approach. While no ANC members have yet crossed the floor publicly, whispers suggest that several may be considering abstaining in any impeachment vote, a move that could tip the scales in an already tense political landscape. Political analysts say this development marks a historic moment. Dr. Linda Usiboka, a political scientist at Wits University, noted, "It's rare, almost unheard of for opposition parties in South Africa to coordinate on this scale. It shows the extent to which discontent with Ramaphosa's leadership has penetrated across ideological lines." Whether or not the impeachment succeeds, this alliance could reshape the country's political future. The presidency, meanwhile, has struck a defiant tone. In a brief statement, spokesperson Vincent Magwenya dismissed the calls as a desperate attempt by the opposition to destabilize the government, insisting that President Ramaphosa remains committed to transparency, reform, and the fight against corruption. Yet behind closed doors, sources close to the ANC leadership admit that the optics are troubling, particularly as public trust in government continues to decline. Protests have already begun to emerge in major cities, with demonstrators holding placards reading "Accountability now" and "The people deserve better." Social media has erupted with heated debate, with many South Africans expressing mixed emotions: anger, hope, and disbelief. As Parliament prepares for what could be a defining showdown, one thing is certain: the opposition's united stand has changed the tone of South African politics. For the first time in years, the ruling party faces not just scattered critics but a unified front determined to hold it accountable. Whether Ramaphosa survives the impeachment attempt or not, the message from the opposition is clear: South Africa's political landscape will never be the same again. The system, they insist, must be rebuilt or replaced.